This back there, that is the Rockwell Museum. I guess it's American Art Museum. So I don't know if we're gonna have time to go in there or not.
Maybe next time.
Yeah, but it's a cool looking building, and I think it's a pretty nice museum.
Wow, what a great building.
Yeah. And then look at the church behind it. Is that a church?
Yeah, I was wondering if that was a church or a train station. It's probably a church.
It's probably a church. It's beautiful.
Yeah. Zoom in on that bad boy. Wow.
Yeah, this town, you know the history of this town. It's intense.
Oh, it looks so charming.
Yeah, very, very nice. So we just had breakfast at a little place called Donna's Restaurant, which was old school.
Yes, it was.
And by old school, I mean old.
World War II type.
Everyone in it was from World War II.
I mean, hell, I'm old, but I brought the average age in that place
way down.
Yeah.
That was the owner on a walker smoking cigarettes. And she was walking around with plates with her walker. The plates of food were totally leaning as she was on the walk. It was interesting.
Was there any food on the plate by the time she
I'm
got
not
to the
sure.
table?
It might have slid right off.
Jesus. Anyway, but they were sweet.
Yeah, it was sweet. It was kind of a nasty breakfast, but it was fun.
All right. Well, let's make our way. So the main reason we've come to Corning is to see this marvelous museum of glass, which has been on our list for years.
Yep. And apparently we get a chance to blow glass ourselves. We get to make something.
That'd be interesting.
That then they'll ship to us after it cures overnight or something.
If we like it.
Yeah. Oh, we're gonna love it. We're gonna create nothing but beauty.
All right. Well, let's make our way across that bridge over yonder.
Okay, let's do it.
And the museum supposedly is about 200 yards on the other side of that bridge. So here we come.
This is so cool already. I'm so psyched to be here. I mean,
Just
my God.
entering the place.
Just look at how beautiful this place is.
Yeah, wow.
We are gonna have a blast.
Contemporary exhibits. I love this sand, this cast glass stuff. It's very hard to work with, but it has such a nice finish to it. I want to show you something down. This is basically a hallway where they've got some of their permanent glass collections on display. You will recognize this artist right here.
Oh yeah, we know this artist.
Yes. So this is a friend, Toots Zinski. Yes, she goes by the name of Toots. Her name is Marianne, but she calls herself Toots. I even asked her, I said, do you like Toots? She said, yep, that's what I go by. Anyway, she lives in Providence, Rhode Island, and we've got a piece of hers at home. She worked with me at the Paralympics in Salt Lake City, building the torches, the glass torches.
So we have several pieces. We have several pieces of her work.
Well, we've got one of these bowls that she's done. It's not as big as this. I'd love to have. Wouldn't you love to have?
Oh my God!
This big?
Yes.
So anyway, it's in their permanent collection. These are absolutely beautiful. I think I told in the video before at the house. I said where we met her, where I first saw her, which is in the Smithsonian D.C. years ago in the early '90s. Had an exhibition of glass. All craft work that was on display in the White House during the Clinton administration. And she had a couple of pieces in there, and I loved her work. And that's how I ended up reaching out to her. I just called her out of the blue, didn't know her, introduced myself, said I'd seen her work at the Smithsonian, and told her what I'd like her to do. And she was excited. She loved the idea of working with me for the Paralympics in Salt Lake. So that's how I got to know her. And we got along so well. When the whole project was over, she gave me one of these bowls. So anyway, isn't that exciting that she's here at the Corning Museum of Glass in her permanent exhibition?
And we saw her at the museum in Seattle as well.
Yes, yeah. Her work is...
I mean, she's famous.
Pretty well. I mean, in the glass world, she sure is. Yeah. All right, here we are. We're in the make your own glass studio here at the Corning Museum of Glass. And Heather has signed up to make a piece of glass. She's going to make a little flower with the assistance of that fellow over there, of course.
I'm going to coat it in our color. Okay.
Color.
And I'll tell that color in real quick. So now what we're going to do is grab parts that we've already pulled and pinch them out a little bit
Awesome job. Any questions?
Now, sit down for me. Have your left hand grab behind my hand. And with your left hand, I just want you to rotate that back towards me very slowly. There. Is that nice? Go ahead and grab those tweezers, hold them right up there. I'm going to let go for a second. Get a nice good grip. Excellent. We're going to make a score mark. That's how we're going to break this free and straighten it out. We got one more job here, and that's to smile for the camera. And there's your flower. Thank you. Beautiful job.
That's Heather walking along the Hudson here on the Vanderbilt property.
Vanderbilt spends a lot more time here because he seems to love this property best. And he died on the property he loved in his own bed while he was sleeping. He was 82 years old and he had $78 million, which is how I want to go. At that time, Mr. Vanderbilt still had no kids. And the closest thing he has to a child is a niece on his wife's side of the family named Margaret. Margaret Van Allen was a socialite in Rhode Island for decades. She had her own mansion out there called Wakehurst.
Here we are, FDR Presidential Library and Museum. There it is.
The first ever presidential library.
1882. All right, we were trying to figure out this morning when he was born. Okay. That's a pretty nice bust.
Yep.
Here she comes, just a walking down the street, singing doo-da-dee-dee-dee-dee-dum-dee-dee-doo. She looks good. She looks fine. Well, what do you think?
Pretty impressive.
I'll say.
This is really cool. Everywhere we've been on this trip has been so much fun.
Uh-huh.
And I feel like this has all been a bonus.
Yeah. Really has. And the weather has been stupendous.
Wow.
Well, before we go in and sit down and have a fireside chat, let's walk around the other side too.
All right.
See what the view looks like.
Are you yucking it up with FDR?
Yeah, this is my friend Frankie. This is Ellie. You know her.
Oh yeah, they're both pretty
Your
cool.
dad's a dentist. I'm sure he met her.
Oh, stop.
That's mean. That's
That's
body
mean.
shaming.
That's cruel.
That's teeth shaming.
It is.
But these were two great people, weren't you, Frank? Yes, I was. The only thing we have to fear is fear itself.
That's pretty impressive.
It is.
That was pretty good.
We
You got
grew-
that. You've got that patrician New England sound going.
Well, didn't we all grow up, hearing that in
Oh, yeah.
everything? Yeah,
Yeah.
all those, films in school and in history class. You'd roll the AV. the only thing we have to fear. And that head would do that thing, you know. So, but you know, there was a band called Living Color. Remember them?
Oh, of course.
Yeah. They had a song called Cult of Personality, and they used that clip too.
Oh, did they really?
Yeah. That's a great song. That whole album is good. Franklin, I bet you didn't even know that you were on a great album, did you? Damn. He's glad to have done. He says he didn't get any royalties, though. That's all right. I thought you were a man of the people, Franklin. Well, to an extent I was. I sure could have used the money. So her friends lived in this stone cottage?
Sounds like after Roosevelt died and she moved here permanently, she had friends that lived here.
Okay. But before that, it was like the family
Yeah.
playhouse.
Family pool and stuff.
Nice little screened-in porch.
Mm-hmm.
So this would have been the house that Eleanor Roosevelt lived in, right?
Yeah, after FDR died.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's not huge. I'll walk around it even though there's no sidewalk. Well, what do you think? Now, we've spent pretty much all day around the Roosevelts and the Vanderbilts today in Hyde
Yes.
Park.
I feel like we've gotten to know both families. Kind of.
Especially
the Roosevelts. But a little bit of the Vanderbilts.
Yeah.
Fascinating.
True.
Very, very upstate New York.
Yeah. So we've seen their house, we've seen the museum. Learned a lot at the museum, although we knew a lot of it.
Yeah.
We've studied them pretty good.
Yep.
All right. Well, now I say we hit the road and head up to Lenox, Massachusetts.
It's a deal. Let's do it.
Let's hit it. 90
hit it.
minutes. Well, look who I've run into again.
Shocking thing to run into me at all of these places that you're going to.
It's always a pleasure.
Thank you so much. It's such a pleasure to see you again.
Where are we?
Today we are in Lenox, Massachusetts. It is Friday. Friday, I think?
Wow.
June
can you
6th.
believe it? We started this journey on Monday.
Monday. It's already Friday. So this is our last stop before we hit Exeter.
Wow.
So we have had a glorious 4 days. It's been so much fun.
It's been perfect.
Yeah, the weather's been perfect. These little towns have been adorable. We've seen all sorts of history.
Well, let's see. We left Monday and we went to Frederick, Maryland.
Mm-hmm.
Charming little spot. A little rough around the edges, but somewhat charming.
Yeah.
Then we went the next day, stopped off in the Civil War Gettysburg site. That's kind of a cute little town.
That was very interesting, too.
Yeah.
Super interesting.
And then we did a drive-by of Harrisburg,
That's right.
state capital.
The state capitol was
Probably
impressive.
That was the biggest state capitol building we've ever seen.
Yeah.
And we've seen 20 of them. Then let's see what else. Then we stopped off that night and had a great evening with Jim and Jill and Mason Lister up in their hometown of Sarah, Pennsylvania.
That's right.
And then we continued on to Corning, New York, spent the night.
Yep.
And
Then woke up the next morning in Corning, did the Corning Museum of Glass, which was awesome.
oh yes,
On the bucket list of museums in this country to see. We finally saw it.
good reason. Yeah.
And then from there we drove to,
Well, that
where did
would
we
have
go?
been, was that yesterday or the day before? We drove
Day
from,
before.
We drove from there up to the lovely little town of Rhinebeck, New York, and stayed in Hyde Park.
That's right. Yes. Loved Rhinebeck. What a cute little town.
It really is.
and then stayed in Hyde Park, which was nice, but not as much of a town as Rhinebeck.
No.
And we stayed with our Scandinavian friend in an Airbnb.
He wasn't our friend.
He wasn't our friend, but now Troy is our friend. And we shouldn't tease him because he gave us great recommendations on food and things to do and see, and he was actually charming in a very weird way.
Yes. Great Airbnb host.
Yeah, and fixed a Scandinavian breakfast to die for.
That was absolutely a spectacular drive
Yeah.
from Corning to Rhinebeck.
Yeah.
All through New York State.
Yeah. You mean from Corning to Hyde Park?
Yeah, Hyde Park.
Yeah. Oh, and Rhinebeck.
Yeah,
That's right.
you got
Pay no
Rhinebeck
attention to me.
first.
I get so mixed up. I don't know what's what. And then we spent the next day touring the Vanderbilt Mansion, FDR's Presidential Museum and Library, Eleanor Roosevelt's home, Valkill. And then we had a glorious drive from there to Lenox. It was so pretty. I mean, these drives have just been, we've been on back roads the whole time. It's been great.
Just gorgeous.
Yeah. Then had a nice dinner out here in Lenox last night. Actually, it was a really good dinner.
Yeah, it
a place we just stumbled upon.
Yeah, right down the street behind you there is Cello. That's where it was.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then had a nice breakfast this morning and are going to tootle around Lenox before we head to Rye, New Hampshire, where we're going to hook up with Mikola and Lena and Anna Maria and then Tanya.
And all the Ukrainian folks.
Yep.
For Tanya's graduation at Phillips Exeter Academy.
And I think there's a reception tonight. Will be our first Exeter thingy.
So we got to be there by 5 o'clock.
Yeah, something like that.
Oh, look out. There he goes. Won't go far. There's a doggy bag. There we go. There's the police. I knew he wasn't going to get past you. We're going to need Stockfish General Store.
Sure.
All right.
I don't know if it's general store anymore.
Is it a general store or a restaurant?
It's a restaurant.
I think it's the latter. Yeah. Sure it is.
Oh, sweetie.
So nice to meet you. So good to see you. Mr. Mikolayevich.
Hello, sweetie.
Thank you for coming. So good to see you.
Hello.
You don't change at all.
Neither do you.
Likewise, we haven't seen you
Maybe
in a
you
while.
sleep both in a reason.
Yes,
Not to change.
Yeah, vampire blood.
Nice, nice.
I gotta get back to the
But you are completely
How was
the
the
same.
dinner?
Enjoyed it as well.
Morning, Exeter. Seniors, please be seated. Welcome to these graduation day exercises, which mark the conclusion of the 244th year in the history of our school. Welcome to parents, family members, and friends who are here to celebrate our seniors this morning.
Maeve Fisk Lucy.
Congratulations. Thank you. Thank you so much. Awesome.
You're a vlogger.
The videographer, yeah. I've got my own social media channel.
Woo-woo!
I
I was for 3 years.
Okay.
And it was the last time.
That sounds like a
Joking story. First and last time.
I mean, go in the corner, and let's go for like 2 inches on each side. Okay, like this way.
Go home.
No, Mama, that's a huge cake.
They want a mommy cake.
Okay, ready? No,
No, that's a
There should be just 2 pieces. No, 3 pieces for them, and that's all.
No, me. I want a big piece. Wait,
Okay.
somebody get.
Shelburne Farms in Shelburne, Vermont. We are going to take the farm trail down to the farm barn. She said it was about a 20-minute walk, but I don't think so. I'm going to say 16 minutes.
Let's do it.
Here's my walking partner right here.
Yeah,
Well, what do you think?
I love it. And the weather is perfect. It's not raining. It's cool. You actually need a little bit of a jacket for now. Sunshine. Lovely.
All right.
And I'm going to be very excited to buy maple syrup when we're all done.
Oh yeah, I see you. Can't hide. Is it soft?
Oh, very.
How are you enjoying this walk?
It's good. I do think that there's a little elevation here.
Ooh,
In Vermont.
looky there.
Whoa!
That's the big Lake Champlain.
I've never seen it before.
It goes way up. That's a
How
big lake.
cool.
Wow,
That is really impressive.
I would say.
Cheese, onion, I don't know, lots of vegetables. This is a gnocchi, also vegetarian. Obviously, roasted zucchini. Don't eat the chicken.
Look at that.
Falafels for you guys and the hummus, and then this. My sister made this sauce. It's our green sauce. We haven't named it yet, but it's fantastic. And she makes it by hand.
Look at this spread.
And that's just a focaccia.
That's like
I
a
can't
five-star
believe this.
restaurant.
Seriously, we could not do any better than this.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Well, here we are in the village of Lake George, New York. On this lovely day, I think it's June 12th, 2025. Look what's right across the street, a soft-serve ice cream place. Got my name on it. Right next to that is a putt-putt golf. Bam. This is a child's dream vacation. Oh, that's a pretty big lake. Speaking of a child's dream vacation, as soon as Heather finishes her last bite of her grilled cheese here, she's going to tell us a story about when she came here as a youngster.
Well, I wasn't actually that young.
You were in your 20s, weren't you? And
Yeah.
lived in New York City.
Yep, when we lived in New York, whenever we'd have people come visit us, like Reed and Rosemary, or maybe even when Scott and LaRue came to visit, I'm not sure. We used to drive up here to Lake George on Saratoga Springs. Loved it. Oh, it was just always so much fun because it was always cool up here. I remember it. It was just so much nicer than the hot city in the summertime.
Yeah.
And then we'd go to Saratoga. I went to the races a few times. And that was always fun. We're in Saratoga Springs, New York, and we came here specifically to buy a lawn jockey. So I think we're going to get these two and maybe a few others to put in the front yard. What do you think?
Yeah. We'll be ready for race day.
Yeah.
Wow, look at that grand old building up on the right.
Oh,
It's like an old bathhouse. Fishman Company, 5 cents to a dollar.
So what would be the difference between version A layout and version B? There must be just something.
That's Andrea. Andrea's in her kitchen in Cold Spring, cleaning up the mess we made. That's Lori and
okay.
Heather. Getting ready to go through family pictures.
I assume you have all this.
All right.
Okay, let's start with the 1920s. Okay, and you haven't seen all these photos either. So
I know I want to see some.
The 1920s.
there aren't many.
Geez, you've really organized this. Wow.
This is.
There's only one picture from the 1920s.
Oh, from the 1920s. Okay.
And it's that picture.
And
You've
that
probably seen
is.
that's Reed.
That's Reed. Oh my gosh. Isn't that sweet? Because he was born in 1929. Right. Wow.
I think he was playing with matches.
Wow.
That was the story I
He
heard.
never stopped.
Had those big dark eyes.
And isn't that little frame just adorable?
That is cute.
Oh yeah, that's a cute. Oh, that's a cute frame. Oh, he looks just like himself.
Doesn't he? He
Oh my
really
God!
does.
You can
His
see
eyes.
his chin. You can see the. It's amazing.
Now, I did my best to try
That
to
is
put it
great.
by
That is a
decade.
great
I may have been
photo.
off a
Oh,
little
yeah.
bit, but it doesn't matter. So this is the 30s. So there's little Rosemary.
That's Rosemary.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
We almost. Oh, we actually need a magnifying.
Oh, I have a
Yeah,
magnifying
we've got
glass.
one. Wow.
But some of these you may never have seen. I haven't
Yeah,
seen
I don't
any
think
of these.
I remember this. That's mom's handwriting.